First of all, guys, the average adult makes about 35,000 choices every single day. Hey guys, how's it going? Sky here for s.k.y, and thank you for joining us for today's topic, important life choices, too many options, where do we start? But before we get into today's talk, if you're new, thank you for joining us today. Go ahead, hit the subscribe, smack that notification bell, like and comment below, and if you really enjoy the content, go ahead and share them with your friends and family. All right, so let's get into important choices. Now, first of all, guys, the average adult makes about 35,000 choices every single day. And if you don't believe me, just look at the first 10 minutes of your day. In the first 10 minutes, what kind of choices are you making? Should I get up? Should I go back to sleep? What should I wear? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? What should I eat? What route should I take to school or to work? There are so many choices we're making just from the get-go. However, not every single choice is really important. Like, should I get the romaine salad or the Caesar salad or the garden salad? Should I get water? Should I get a latte? Should I get an orange juice? Now, these choices aren't like life-altering. They are choices, but they're not life-altering. But the important choices are like which ones? What school should I go to? What major should I take? What job should I get? How much money should I make? Who should be my wife or my husband? These are those life-altering important choices, and we don't really know where to start, and we kind of just guess in the end what we want to try. Now, before we start, we need to think about one thing first. And this first thing is, why do we make choices? Like, have you ever thought about that? What's the fundamental reason why everyone makes choices? Now, I make my choice of a latte, but you might make your choice of an Americano, and then they make a choice of a mocha, and then they make a choice of like a green tea latte. But that's preference. Preferences are different from person to person, but the fundamental reason why we make choices is all the same. And there's only one reason. And what's that reason? It's to be happy. Right? Everyone makes choices because they really feel that whether at a small or a large level, that choice will make them just a bit more happier. Like, have you ever heard of someone like this? Like, oh, I want to marry her because if I marry her, my life will be miserable. No one thinks that way, right? Everyone's thinking, oh my gosh, if I'm with her, oh my goodness, if I'm with him, oh, my life will be so much better. We're always thinking about what is making our life better. And this is why sometimes we don't even make other choices. Like, for instance, I like lattes, and I'll always get a latte, and I haven't tried every item on the menu, but I'll still choose a latte because I'm like, yeah, this is the thing that makes me happy. Now, if happiness is the number one reason why we make our choices, then we have to think to ourselves is, wait a second, happiness is the number one thing. So how do I get happiness? And the number one answer people make is this. If I get the things that I want, I'm going to be happier, but I'm going to show you that this is untrue. All right, so let me give you an example. Let's say there's two girls, girl A and girl B. Girl A always wanted to go to Harvard my parents went there, my grandparents went there. Oh, I got to go to Harvard. And her second choice was UCLA, but it's not really a choice. She doesn't get into Harvard, so she has no choice and goes to UCLA. All right, second girl always wanted to go to UCLA. That was a number one choice. No other choice but UCLA. She gets in. Question. Here's the thing. They both go to UCLA. Who's going to be happier? Right? And now, what's everyone screaming? B, B, B. Of course it's B because she got into the place she wanted to get into. And the answer is not B. And you're like, what? What, are you saying it's A and it's not A? Are you saying it's none of them? Well, let's ask each of them one question. Remember, it's all about happiness. Girl A, you didn't get into Harvard. You must be so disappointed and sad. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, question. Can you guarantee me without a doubt 100% that if you go to UCLA, your life will be miserable? You will be unhappy. And what would she say? No, I don't know. And then you go to the second girl. She got into UCLA, the place that she wanted. She's so happy. And if I ask her the exact same question and I say, hey, you got into the place you wanted to. You seem so happy right now. Now, can you guarantee me without a doubt 100% that you will be happy going to UCLA? And what would she say? Actually, I don't know. And this is the answer. The answer is both of them are in the same position. they don't know. They only think that they know. They think that not going to Harvard makes their life miserable. They think that going to UCLA makes them happy. But it's just their thoughts. They don't really know what's gonna make them happier. And this is kind of the same thing with all of us in life. How many times have you seen your friends in high school and they're like, oh, that girl, she's the girl of my dreams. If I'm with her, I'm gonna be so happy. And then they end up dating, and then what happens? 3 days later, they break up. You're like, what? People have no idea what really makes them happy or what they, what's really good for them. And that's the first thing we have to realize. People are so bent and stuck on, I have to do this, I have to go there. But the answer is, you're not really sure. No one really knows. Everyone is experimenting in life, and we are trying different and new things. And we don't really know what is the thing that'll make us happier than the next. We just don't know. So the last thing I'm gonna tell you is this. Well, then what? Then you're giving us like no options. Like, well, then we can never be happy because we never know. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm gonna tell you something that makes us happy, right? And this is number 2. And the thing that makes people happy is when it's meaningful. You're like, meaningful. So what is meaningful? Let me give you an example of what meaningful is. Here, guys, I got a pen here. And y'all see this pen. It's probably about $2, okay? So here's a $2 pen. And imagine someone gives you this pen. And what's the first thing you say? And obviously it is, thank you, thank you. And then after you get this gift and you say thank you, there's another thought that goes through your mind. You're like, it's not my birthday. It's not a special day. Why would this person give me a pen? And the next question is, what's the occasion? Why are you giving me this pen? And this is something very interesting about the human mind. The human mind is always looking for a why.
Why?
Like, why did you give it to me? Now, this why is so important because the why leads us to meaning. So imagine you ask the person, thank you for this pen. Why'd you give it to me? And they say, you know what? I was like cleaning out my sofa, and then, there's all this junk coming out, and then I found this pen. And I thought to myself, I'm just gonna give it to the first person I find. So here, this is your pen. Now, how would you feel? Yeah, I know how you feel. You're like, right? Now, let's pretend there's another person now. A second person gives you an exact same pen, same color, same price. And they say, hey, here you go. And you're like, oh, thank you. And then you ask, why did you give me this pen? And then this person says, hey, we're friends. And we've been friends for like a year now. And I really want to do good things for my friends. And I know that you take a lot of notes. So I thought about you when I went by this store and I bought you this pen. Now, here's the thing. Exact same pen, same color, same price, but which of those 2 pens is more valuable? And the answer is the second one. Because when you hear why they gave it to you, it makes a difference. It really does. You're like, wow, oh man, that's so amazing. And here's the thing. If you lost both of those pens, that first person who found that pen in the sofa, like deep down inside the monster of a sofa, how long would you look for it after you lost it? Probably 0 seconds. But this pen that your friend gave you and took their time out to give it to you, how long would you look for it? Yeah, you might look for it for a while. But let's say there's a third person that comes in and it's your grandmother that you love so much, not very rich or anything else, and before she dies, she gives you this pen before she dies, and she says, oh my love, this is my last symbol of love to you because you work so hard with studying. And she's like, and you take the pen in tears like, Now here's the thing. If you lost that pen, how long would you look for it? And the answer is forever. You'd look for it until you found it, no matter what. Why? This is the thing that's kind of interesting about people. All 3 of those situations, exact same pen, it's $2 for each and every one of them. But why is it one you wouldn't look for and the other one you would look until you found it? Why? Because the why matters. It's meaning. We're looking for something meaningful. And when we find something meaningful, then the value of something goes up. And when someone gives us something meaningful, it is so much more happy. Like, we're so much more happier inside because it's more meaningful. It's just like, have you ever seen those, BTS is super famous right now, right? BTS and Blackpink. Blackpink, right? Sorry, I don't listen to K-pop that much, even though I'm Korean. But you look at Blackpink and you look at BTS. Now, you can go to the store and buy their t-shirts with their faces on it, but how much more valuable would it be if you went to a concert and one of them, I'm gonna say BTS because they're guys, they're sweating and everything in their shirt, they rip their shirt off and they throw it to the audience and you catch it with all the sweat just glistening off your body, like, right? Which one would be more valuable? You know what? You probably wouldn't even sell that. Even though you could buy it for $20 at the store, do you know how many people would come to you and say, I'll give you $1,000, I'll give you $5,000 for it? Because we've seen it happen all the time. It's more meaningful because it came from them. It's with their sweat. Human beings, more than anything else, we are looking for meaning more than anything else. And that's why I'm gonna tell you guys, yes, I can't tell you what decision to make, but I can tell you why you make that decision and what are the reasons that make you happier. And it is things that are meaningful. Meaningful things are worth more to us, even if it has the exact same price. So I really hope that this was something that really opened your eyes, kind of help you realize a little bit more deeper about what are the choices and why we make these choices. And I hope that this will help you with the start of making these very difficult and important choices in life. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you are new, subscribe, hit that notification bell, like and comment below, and share it with your friends if you like the content. Everyone, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.